Hello and welcome to Fairy Tale Experts React to Disney's Cinderella. This is a project done by Katie, Elise, and Charles. So first off, I just want to touch base on the title. So Cinderella was written originally by the Grimm brothers, and in the story, her name was Ella, but her nickname was Aschenputtel because she slept near the hearth where all the ashes were. So Cinderella, and that's kind of where the name came from. And in the Grimm's tale, they kind of explain that a little bit, but in the Disney's version they don't explain that, and her name is literally just Cinderella. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny kingdom. Peaceful, prosperous, and rich in romance and tradition.
So in this specific fairy tale, there's no real setting or real time period in which the story takes place. It's the epitome of Once Upon a Time, seeing as it did say Once Upon a Time in that clip I just watched. But that is a formula that many fairy tales use in order to keep their stories in order to have their stories transcend different times as well as remain timeless. This just helps different people from different times be able to relate to the story, because it's not specifically in Russia at 1753. It's there's no real time and no real place in which it happened, so it's able to transcend time.
And I never go back on my word. How very clever. These beads, they give it just the right touch. Don't you think so, Drizella?
No, I don't. I think she's... Why, you little thief! They're my beads! Give them here! Oh, no! Oh, and look, that's my sash wearing my sash piece. You quit! Oh, no, please, stop!
Girls.
So in this scene, we see one of the key elements of what makes a fairy tale a fairy tale. So essentially, every fairy tale has sort of things that you consider as key elements. And for instance, in this little clip we just witnessed, we saw one of the main elements of being good versus evil. You see, obviously, Cinderella, the sweet, innocent girl, completely get her total dress totally destroyed by her stepmother and her stepsisters, and basically ruining her chance to go meet the prince. This, in my opinion, sets up the rest of the movie, essentially. I mean, obviously, most of us have seen this movie, and we can tell that in the end, good prevails, and the stepsisters, in the end, don't get the man. So this is just one of the key elements that I feel is very important to this specific fairy tale.
Because even miracles take a little time.
Miracles?
Mm-hmm. Watch. What in the world did I do with that magic wand? I was sure I... That's strange. I always...
Why, then you must be...
Your fairy godmother? Of course. Where is that wand? I forgot. I put it away.
Look what she did. How she do it?
Now, let's see. I'd say the first thing you need is a pumpkin.
A pumpkin?
Mm-hmm. Now, the magic words. Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together, and what did you...
So in this scene right there, we just see another introduction of another key element that's seen in a lot of fairy tales. Throughout the course, we've read multiple different stories where they talk about dragons and this idea of magic. Within this specific film, Cinderella meets a fairy godmother, and this fairy godmother tries to bless her knight in a good way. She uses her magic to help Cinderella get to the ball. She gets her carriage, she gets her a beautiful dress, the glass slippers. Like, essentially, this is just another key element that we see. Another thing, like, we can also point out is that the mice, I should say, also were speaking, which obviously in fairy tales you see a lot of animals speaking. So here's just another few key elements that are seen throughout the film that most fairy tales contain.
Sire, this slipper may fit any number of girls.
That's his problem. He's given his word. We'll hold him to it.
No, Your Highness. I'll have nothing to do with it.
You'll try this on every maid in my kingdom. And if the shoe fits, bring her in.
So the Disney version of the Cinderella story is based off of the Brother Grimm's collection of fairy tales, but they were not actually the original creators of the story Cinderella. And many of these fairy tales were shared orally and passed down through generations as stories. And we do not actually know who the original creator of this story was, but we do know who wrote it down. And for this instance, it was the Brother Grimm's in their collection of fairy tales.
Oh, no! Oh, no. Oh, this is terrible.
Vicky, what will he say?
What will he do?
But perhaps if it would help.
No, nothing can help now. Nothing.
But you see, I have the other slipper.
So the most important part about fairy tales and the reason why they were created and passed down through generations of people is that they serve as cautionary tales. So the entire story, it talks about how Cinderella was this good person and she was nice and she did good deeds, and she still treated her stepmother and her stepsisters with kindness even though they were very nasty towards her. So in the end, it is very important that she is rewarded by being able to find her true love and being able to go into this better life with more riches and a palace. And if she didn't have a happy ending, it wouldn't be a very successful cautionary tale to tell to other young girls. So it sets an example to them of how to behave.